Today we're going to be talking about learning how to tune your violin as a beginner. Eventually, you'll want to learn how to tune your violin by ear, but it can take years of practice and ear training to develop that skill. So in the beginning, it's nice to learn how to use a tuner to help you keep it in tune while you're learning. Here's what you will need: a chromatic tuner, which you can find at any shop, or if you have access to a smartphone, you could also download a tuning app for free. Just search Violin Tuner in your app store. Every tuner is a little bit different, but they are usually pretty easy to work with after a little bit of getting used to. Generally, there will be a needle hovering over a dial in the middle that will show you how close to in tune your string is. You want that dial to be as close to the center point as possible. Most tuners light up green when the string is perfectly in tune. If it is hovering over to the right of the dial, your string is sharp, which means it is too high. If it is hovering over to the left of the dial, your string is flat, which means it is too low. So these are the pegs, and these are the fine tuners. The pegs are used for when your instrument is really out of tune, and the fine tuners are used for when it's just a little out of tune. Normally, the pegs should stay in place unless they get bumped or your violin is exposed to extreme temperatures. If your pegs happen to slip and you don't have a teacher or access to someone who can help you, you can start by slowly tightening your peg. The old saying, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, applies to tuning. If you turn the peg to the right, you will notice the string is sounding higher or more sharp. If you turn the peg to the left, you will notice the string is sounding lower or more flat. On the violin, we have 4 strings. Starting with the thickest string, they are called G, D, A, E. An easy way to remember this is G for good, D for dogs, A for always, and E for eat. Good dogs always eat. So, in tuning, we always start with the A string. In a sitting position, with your violin upright on your knee, use your left hand to pluck the string, and use your right hand to turn the peg. You'll want to look at the string and follow it up to where the pegs are so that you can see which hole it corresponds to and turn that peg. Pluck the string as you turn your peg to the right to make it tighter, and look at your tuner to see how close to the middle dial is. So for my A string, I'm going to loosen it and make it loose and out of tune so that I can show you how to tune it back up. When the dial is right in the center and the green light is on, bring your left hand up to the scroll and support it as you press the peg firmly into the hole to make it stay exactly in that spot, being careful not to let it move. If the peg turns even a hair while you're pressing on it, it can make the string out of tune. The real trick here is to press the peg in firmly, and sometimes you will have to use all of your strength to make it stay where you positioned it. For the rest of the pegs, you'd use the same exact process, except when you go to tune the G and the D strings, you'll switch hands and you'll use your left hand to turn and your right hand to pluck and support. Now let's move on to fine tuning. Fine tuning is a lot easier. We'll start off with the A string and tune each string until the dial is in the center. When you go to use your fine tuners, you'll hold the violin like you normally would in playing position and bring your left hand up to the fine tuners. You'll notice that if you turn the tuner to the left, it will be getting looser, making the string lower or flat. And if you turn the tuner to the right, it'll be getting tighter, making the string higher or more sharp.